The only real big question mark is the quarterback, and we're going to see how that plays out. Jalen Hurts is obviously great for fantasy. He did improve year over year as a passer from his rookie year to his second year. This is really his second full season. I think he can make another jump. I also think you're going to see the volume go up. A lot of people have, like, if you're listening to fantasy podcasts, love to point out that they were last in the league in pass attempts last year. And I don't think that continues. Stat I like to keep pointing out on my podcast is first 7 games last year, Hurts threw 35 plus times in 5 of them. I think that's the offense Sirianni wants to run. They saw they weren't winning and they switched it up, but I think that's why you bring A.J. Brown in. I think they're going to do it again, maybe not 35 plus that many times, but certainly a significant increase from last year. I think they were like 494 last year. I would probably expect another 100 attempts this year. So that maybe puts them, I'm not sure exactly where, middle of the pack maybe, but it's still better than last year, which I think will help the pass catchers.
Do you think he's going to be the long-term solution for your team, or is he just kind of a short-term asset that you can use to win now? Because like you said, he is amazing for fantasy.
Yeah, the real answer is nobody knows. I don't know. I don't think the Eagles know. I think they set him up so that they can decide this year. That's why we have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Like I said, the line is set up. They have no excuse. He has no excuses if he doesn't see it. And I think they want a guy who can pass the ball. They don't want to run a Lamar Jackson type offense like they did last year. That's been made pretty clear. They sniffed around Deshaun Watson. They were involved in Russell Wilson. They want a guy who can pass you to a Super Bowl. And they've also set themselves up again. Way to go, Howie. They got 2 first-round picks in the 23 draft from all the moves they've made these last couple of years. So they have the ammo to possibly, and maybe even throw Hurts in there, because I do think he will start beyond this year. I'm just not sure it'll be for the Eagles. I think he's shown enough, and as long as he plays just as good as he did last year, I think he's shown enough that given the crappy state of quarterbacking around the league, someone will take a chance on him if the Eagles decide to move on.
But what do you think? Hurts going to be an Eagle for the long term?
I actually hope so, because I think he's making strides. He's the type of guy that improves every chance he gets. He's a really smart kid. He's always
gotten
back
better. To his college career.
Yeah, even going back to high school, like we're talking about his coach's son. He's the kind of kid that's going to respond well to constructive criticism and feedback. I really like him, and I think that he's going to continue to grow as an NFL quarterback. And I think if the Eagles think they're going to find somebody better in the near future, they're really kidding themselves, because this is a kind of a dynamic talent that if he can back himself into Lamar Jackson territory as a passer, then he's going to be really lethal, especially, already in fantasy.
Your GM did right. Bo mentioned, I hope that is Hurts, that can be a long-term QB for you guys. I don't think that it matters because of the way that your GM is sitting in the war room, moving pieces on the chessboard. You're not going to sit there and tell me that they haven't already started eyeing 2-3 guys in this year's upcoming draft class in case Hurts isn't able to get it done with A.J. Brown. It's the same narrative that many analysts can paint in a completely different division with Miami. You can mean tell me you can't get it done with Reek. We're already eyeing 2-3 guys in next year to replace you. So I think that the Eagles are kind of in that same boat. The Eagles are being aggressive. They're letting it be known with the way they're moving pieces on the chessboard that they want to chase a division title and maybe even more. I think you guys have the talent to be able to take you a long way.
Robbie was talking about being in position for quarterback next year. I was just going to reinforce that. Actually, it's just that I kind of agree. Like I said, I don't feel strongly one way. I'm not sure what Hurts is going to do, and I think he has to perform. He's got to up that completion percentage. He got it up to low 60s in year 2. It's got to be better. He's done pretty good with turnovers, so I think he's fine there. And if he's winning games and he's doing it at least some of the time with his arm, I think he's there in 23 and beyond. Because they also had to make a decision on paying him too. He's going to be going into his 4th year. That at that point you got to decide: am I extending this guy, or what am I doing? And he's not even a 1st-round pick, so there's no 5th-year option. I mean, they could franchise him for 2 years, but I don't know if they want to do that. So, and again, they could throw a package of like Hurts and 2 first-round picks, and maybe throw some picks on top of that if there's another Russell, like if Kyler Murray becomes available next offseason, or if they want to try and trade up to like 2 or 3 to get one of these quarterbacks. So yeah, he's definitely in the hot seat. And again, I don't feel super confident that one way or the other, really. If I had to lean one way, I think he's the quarterback in 23, but that's like 55-45 for me.